6 exercises you'll regret ignoring over the next 10 years. Have you thought about what your body will be like a decade from now? Science is clear. Starting at age 50, we lose an average of 1 to 3% of our muscle mass each year. This silent and gradual process, known as sarcopenia, often goes unnoticed until it's too advanced. Over time, this accumulated loss turns simple tasks into real challenges. Climbing stairs, standing up from a chair, or carrying grocery bags takes much more effort. It may seem far off, but millions of people already face the loss of physical independence by ignoring their body's warning signs. The good news is that prevention is simple, accessible, and won't take hours of your day. Just dedicate a few minutes daily to basic exercises you can do at home with little or no equipment. A few minutes now could mean years of added freedom later. Before we continue, drop your name and the city where you're watching from in the comments. We want to know where each of you is from. Exercise 6. Scapular retraction with resistance band. The scapular area is often overlooked in conventional workouts, but strengthening this region is vital to maintain good posture and prevent chronic pain in the back, neck, and shoulders. Scapular retraction with a resistance band directly targets the rhomboid muscles and the middle and lower parts of the trapezius, which are responsible for keeping the shoulder blades aligned. When these muscles are weak, we tend to hunch forward, placing stress on the cervical spine. This can lead to disc herniation, tendinitis, and even carpal tunnel syndrome, affecting your comfort and long-term health. In addition to strengthening the scapulae, this practice significantly increases shoulder stability, helping prevent injuries during daily activities like reaching for items on high shelves or carrying groceries. Stronger muscles in this area are also essential for proper breathing, as an upright posture allows the lungs to fully expand. A study published in 2018 in the journal Shoulder and Elbow Surgery divided participants into 2 groups. One performed scapular retractions with a resistance band for 12 weeks, and the other maintained their usual routine. The band group reported 43% less neck pain and a 27% increase in scapular stabilizer strength. Additionally, 87% reported better sleep and overall well-being. To perform correctly, keep your torso upright, hold the band in front of you with your arms extended at shoulder height and palms facing down. With your elbows slightly bent, pull the band toward your chest, opening your arms and squeezing your shoulder blades together as if trying to hold a pencil between them. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds and return slowly without shrugging your shoulders or using momentum. Avoid bending the elbows too much to keep the focus off the biceps. Another essential exercise is the Superman. Lying face down, this move works the spinal erectors, glutes, and the rear part of the shoulders simultaneously. Strengthening these muscles creates a true protective shield for the spine. As we age, disc degeneration becomes inevitable, but a strong posterior core greatly reduces the risk of herniated discs, bulges, and other serious injuries. In addition to protecting the spine, the Superman significantly improves posture, reducing nerve compression and preventing radiating pain in the limbs and tension headaches. It also enhances coordination between the trunk and limbs, which is essential for daily activities like walking, climbing stairs, or getting up from a chair without support. A Canadian study published in 2019 in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science followed people who performed the Superman exercise twice a week for 8 weeks. They increased the endurance of their spinal erector muscles by 31%, and over a year of follow-up reported 47% fewer episodes of lower back pain compared to the control group. Additionally, there was a 22% improvement in the ability to maintain an upright spine without fatigue. To perform it correctly, lie face down on an exercise mat. Extend your arms in front of you and legs straight behind, keeping your neck aligned and eyes facing downward. Engage your core to protect your lower back, then lift your arms and legs a few inches off the ground at the same time, as if you were flying. Breathe steadily. Hold the position for 3 to 5 seconds, focusing on glute and back contraction, then return slowly. If full elevation is too difficult, start by lifting only your arms or only your legs. Avoid hyperextending your lower back. Keep your core lightly engaged. And do not use jerky motions. The movement should be smooth and controlled. Exercise 4. Calf raises. This movement, often underestimated, is crucial for maintaining our mobility and independence as we age. The calves, made up of the gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, function as an auxiliary pump, helping venous blood return upward against gravity. When weak, there's a higher risk of poor circulation, varicose veins, swelling, and even deep vein thrombosis. To perform calf raises, stand upright, preferably near a wall or chair, back for support. Raise your heels as high as possible while keeping your body stable. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds and lower slowly. Do sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. To intensify, perform the movement with 1 foot at a time, or use a step to allow the heel to drop slightly below toe level. By keeping your torso upright and avoiding swaying, you'll ensure that the effort falls solely on your calf muscles. Calf strength is directly linked to our ability to maintain balance. Studies show that older adults with well-developed calves fall 40% less, and falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization and loss of independence. Additionally, these muscle fibers are essential for push-off during walking and for cushioning the impact on the knees, hips, and spine with each step. A 15-year longitudinal study published in 2020 in the Journal of Gerontology followed 1,200 adults and concluded that those with stronger calves had a 28% lower risk of developing mobility issues. The group that performed calf raises 3 times a week had 35% fewer falls after age 65 compared to those who did not do the exercise. To correctly perform calf raises, stand with your feet hip-width apart, using your fingertips on a wall or chair back for balance. Keep your abs engaged and your spine straight. Slowly rise onto the balls of your feet, fully engaging the calf muscles. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds, then lower in a controlled manner until your heels touch the ground. Avoid swaying or using momentum. To increase the challenge, do the exercise on one leg or hold light dumbbells. Don't do partial lifts, drop down too fast, or turn your feet inward or outward. They should point straight ahead to activate all muscle fibers. Exercise 3, glute bridge. This movement is one of the most effective for strengthening the entire posterior chain with a special focus on the glutes, the largest muscle group in the human body. Weak glutes are at the root of many postural and functional issues that emerge with age. They are the primary stabilizers of the hips and support nearly all upright movements. When weak, other structures compensate, leading to lower back pain, knee discomfort, and even difficulty walking. Strengthening the glutes improves pelvic stability and protects the spine from injury, which is crucial considering that 80% of adults experience debilitating lower back pain at some point in their lives. To correctly perform the glute bridge, lie on your back with knees bent, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, and about 15 to 20 centimeters from your glutes. Keep your arms extended at your sides with palms facing down. Engage your core to support your spine, and pressing your heels into the floor, lift your hips until your knees, hips, and shoulders form a straight line. Hold the top position for 2 to 3 seconds, feeling the squeeze in your glutes, then return to the starting position in a controlled manner. Exercise 2, elevated push-ups. This advanced push-up variation significantly increases the load on the chest, shoulders, and triceps, while also demanding more core stabilization. To perform it correctly, position yourself facing a stable surface, such as a bench, sofa, or step, about 30 to 45 centimeters, 12 to 18 inches high. Place your hands on the floor slightly wider than shoulder width apart and extend your legs, resting only the tops of your feet on the elevated surface. Keep your body straight like a plank, engaging your core to prevent your hips from sagging or rising too high. Inhale as you lower yourself by bending your elbows at roughly a 45-degree angle from your torso until your chest nearly touches the floor. Exhale as you push back up, extending your arms without locking your elbows. Avoid tilting your hips, lifting or lowering your glutes too much, and don't jut your head forward. Keep it aligned with your spine. If you're unable to lower enough, reduce the elevation height or rest your knees on the ground, always maintaining proper form. The squat is the king of exercises because it simultaneously engages the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, core, and even back muscles. To perform it properly, place your feet shoulder width apart with your toes slightly pointed outward. Keep your chest lifted and spine neutral, as if you're sitting into a chair, pushing your hips back and bending your knees until your thighs are parallel to the floor or slightly below. Push through your heels to return to standing, extending your hips and knees without letting your knees go past your toes. Inhale as you go down and exhale as you rise. Common mistakes to avoid: excessive arching or rounding of the lower back, leaning the torso too far forward, letting the knees collapse inward, or lifting the heels. Always keep your gaze forward, core engaged, and movement controlled. This movement involves the entire lower body, quadriceps, hamstrings, adductors, and calves, in addition to the glutes, abs, and spinal stabilizers. Having strong legs is likely the best predictor of functional independence with age. In addition to building strength, squats improve bone density, helping to prevent osteoporosis and fractures from falls, enhance circulation, and stimulate anabolic hormone production that helps preserve muscle mass over the years. A 12-year longitudinal study published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology tracked 879 adults and found that those with greater quadriceps strength had a 40% lower chance of developing mobility limitations and a 33% lower risk of death from any cause. Meanwhile, research from the University of Pittsburgh showed that performing squats 3 times a week for 8 weeks increased proximal femur bone mineral density by 3.2% and improved dynamic balance by 27%, dramatically reducing the risk of falls, the main cause of loss of independence in the elderly. To perform squats correctly, place your feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider with your toes pointed slightly outward. Keep your chest up, spine neutral, and gaze forward. Then push your hips back as if sitting in an invisible chair, bending your knees until your thighs are parallel to the floor, always distributing your weight through your heels and inhaling as you descend. Then return to standing by raising your hips and knees in a controlled motion, exhaling as you rise. Avoid excessively arching or rounding the lower back, leaning the torso too far forward, letting the knees fall inward, lifting the heels, or performing the movement with sudden jerks, as these mistakes reduce the effectiveness of the exercise and increase the risk of injury. Lower until your thighs are parallel to the floor or as far as you can while maintaining a neutral spine and your heels grounded. Then rise by contracting your quads and glutes, keeping your core tight throughout the movement. Breathe in a controlled manner, inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up. Avoid bringing your knees inward as this places stress on the joints. Keep them aligned with your feet. Don't lift your heels as this may indicate limited ankle mobility or too much pressure on the quads. Focus on pushing through your heels. Avoid rounding your back as it increases the risk of spinal injury. If you enjoyed this and want even better results in your strength training journey, a video will appear on your screen shortly featuring the best exercise for each muscle group. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you, my friend. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.